Hello everybody and welcome to episode 6 of my Motorsport Manager career Let's Play series. We are heading into the third race of the 10 in our European Racing Series. We're off to the Milan Grand Prix, which for Formula 1 fans out there you will know is actually Monza. And could be a very interesting race weekend. We're not expected in any way to feature strongly in this race, because this is a high-speed, high-performance circuit, which is what our car lacks. Even with our new driver there, Enrique Lara, we're going to be severely limited by our car. You know, our top speed is the worst of the worst. We are the McLaren Honda of the European Racing Series. We have got, basically, we're just hoping that some cars will retire, really. And because of that, we'll get, hopefully, into the sponsor's objective, the top 16, by way of the fact that a few cars failed to finish around us. It's important, really, to be realistic in my expectations. This first season, it's all about getting, really, the team infrastructure in place, getting a good foundation to build on. We know we're working on the actual physical buildings and what is available to us at our factory, at our HQ. We've improved the driver lineup. Signing Enrique Lara is obviously going to be very good for the seasons going forward, because she's got such great potential. We've got our mechanics, we've got our designer on board. You know, so really this first season, if I can meet my objective and finish 9th, I'm going to be very happy. Ideally, I would like to maybe overachieve slightly, hit 8th, maybe, just to, you know, show everybody we're moving in the right direction, and hopefully give us a good platform for season 2, where hopefully we'll have, obviously, a better car at the start of the season to develop and build from and build on, which will hopefully enable us to challenge a little bit higher up the table. And again, get further established, so that by the end of season 2, we're in a position where, realistically, I would be hoping to go into season 3 expecting to win the championship and maybe look at getting promoted. It all depends how the car works out. Obviously, another season in the European Racing Series, bringing the total to 4, might be needed. Just to get the car up to scratch performance-wise and reliability-wise before I make that jump. But we're moving in the right direction. I'm starting to, like I say, the plan is forming in my head. And I apologise again if my voice is going horribly croaky and wrong in this video, because, again, I don't know what's wrong. I streamed for several hours yesterday evening playing Bloodborne, and I was perfectly fine. I've sat down this morning to record this episode, and my voice is just going to hell in a handbasket. And I have no idea what causes it. I keep drinking plenty of water, you know, I'm hydrating and that, and I don't know. It just seems funny that every time I sit down to record a Motorsport Manager video, my voice goes out the window. But anyway, practice. Let's get the cars set up and hopefully get them moving in the right direction. And overtaking a nice little car there. Enrique Lara sets the fastest lap of the sector. She's going to set the fastest lap, I would think. Ooh, look at that. Right up at the top of the table. And then everyone else starts putting in their lap times and we rapidly plummet. That's the one thing. Whilst we're the first and second car out of the, you know, out of the pits, in practice, we will be the top 2 cars, speed-wise, until everyone else completes their lap. And then look at us, we are, where have we gone? We're bottom. We are bottom. 19th and 20th, which again, it kind of reinstates what I said, that we kind of go into this race hoping that cars in front of us are going to break down and retire, which will hopefully elevate us up into that top 16 that we need to hit our sponsor's objective. Purely don't think we're capable of taking those positions racing. I don't. The car just lacks so much. Although Gomez and Lara have now moved up in the timing sheets. I'm a little bit disappointed that Gomez is over a second behind the last soft tyre runner. And I'm quite impressed that Lara's managed to overtake a couple of the soft tyre runners, even though she's on the medium compound, which shows how good of a driver she is, because she's overcoming that less grip tyre compound that is ultimately more durable, so will give us more laps in a race, but is inherently slower than the soft because it lacks the grip. But she, 14th place, that's probably not bad. Again, it's probably better than I forecasted and predicted. Gomez has got up to 10th. That's pretty useful as well. That's pretty tidy. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this track, 11th and 14th, that's not bad. That shows we are actually a little bit competitive here. ZRT, Octane, Dragon Racing, we're ahead of some of, decent teams. And all the social media, no one's really talking about us, which I fully understand. We're not a big deal. Everyone's talking about all the other drivers. Okay, Xenia Diknov, that was okay-ish. I guess we'll find out their race pace on Sunday. It's probably going to be about the same as my practice pace, to be honest. We don't really have a lot of, secret engine modes and stuff like that, people constantly claim Mercedes have in Formula 1. No, we don't. Our pace is what it is, Practice is a fair reflection of how fast I can run. And I'm thinking I got my strategy wrong here. I probably should have gone for the medium performance, because I think I'm probably going to spend a lot of this race on the I could have gone for the medium performance boost, and then I could have run on the medium tyres and actually run longer stints, making fewer stops. Hopefully that 5% performance boost would have counteracted maybe some of the speed difference between the soft compound and the medium. Obviously Lara's going to start pole position, which is pretty handy. That could be very useful actually, because she's a good driver. If she gets away from the start, she could maybe... And Gomez is starting on in 10th, so... Very interesting. See how this race pans out. Can Lara keep the lead? And will Gomez actually move up the field, or will he just drop like a stone? Okay. Lara's losing out badly in the first corner. She's lost 3 places. Make that 4. Make that 5. Make that 6. Oh dear. Make that nearly 7 places she lost in the first corner. Oh dear. Yep, she's lost 7th. Oh no, she's out trying to fight that for that position, but I think no, he's got the inside line. Yet you've lost 7 places in the first lap. Gomez is caught up, so he's kind of stayed where he started. He's gained 1 place, but very, very interesting, some of this. And Beauchamp's going to go past us. No, there we go. We're falling to where we expect to be realistically, I suppose, in the race. This is about the positions we achieved in practice, so we're now running in our practice positions. So the field's moved beyond us and past us. I can't believe Beauchamp. What kind of car must he have if he's way out in front already and he's on the medium tyres? watching some of these races, some of the opposition cars with their tyre strategies and that, it does seem unreal how much they can drag out of a set of tyres and how long they can drag their fuel out. It just shows you how good their cars are at the start of the first season and how much I've got to catch up, which is why this is going to be a couple of seasons at least in the European Racing Series before I've kind of levelled the playing field and I'm on true parity with these teams. Because the worst thing is, they start off so far ahead of me, and then they're going to be making improvements and upgrades throughout the season, the same as I am. So they're going to constantly be they're going to be almost keeping that gap, and I've kind of got to go into overtime and overdrive to try and close that gap. You know, for every part they make, I've got to produce 2. Make any sort of inroads into closing them down. It's tough being a racing team manager, definitely, you know. It would be a lot worse, of course, if I did have Honda engines in my car. Thankfully I'm not McLaren. Oh dear, how bad has it got for them recently in Formula 1. Again, if anyone's just recently watched the Canadian Grand Prix, poor old Alonso again. Conked out with 2 laps to go. I mean, Honda couldn't even provide him with an engine in the Indy cars that would see him to the end of the race. The guy's just really, really unlucky. He must just absolutely hate Honda with a passion right now. He would love to be in a Mercedes powered car, I'm quite sure. But sadly, he's not. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how things pan out in this career as time goes on, because again, the Flaming Red Balance mod, I've been reading up on it, it does quite a few things. It changes a few things under the hood of the game, such as, like, it makes certain part manufacturers, part suppliers not willing to provide certain teams with their parts, which I suppose is realistic. You know, unlike in the vanilla Motorsport Manager game, you're not going to see the Rossini Formula 1 team running Steinman engines. You know, as you would in real life, you would not see Ferrari running Mercedes engines. So yeah, that could be quite useful. And again, it depends how you develop your team, you know, your team's marketability and stuff like that could play a huge impact on your team's promotional chances, championship winning chances, because again, if a part manufacturer takes a dislike to you, you might not get the best parts available for your car, which could then be obviously a bit of an issue for you. So where are we running? We're running 14th and 15th. I would be happy, you know, the race ended, I'm inside my sponsor's objective, I would take it. You know, I'd take the result at this point. You know, I've got to be realistic. At the moment, it's just about hitting my sponsor's objective, balancing the books each race weekend until I can get the car developed and give these 2 drivers something that performs a little bit better than a Fred Flintstone mobile, because basically they're having to pedal this thing around the track. Gomez makes his first pit stop, putting in the fuel. Please don't make a mess up on the tyres. Good stop, good pit stop, and he's going to come out dead last. Okay, so now we're going to pit Lara. We're going to keep her on the soft tyres actually. We're going to split the strategies a little bit. I'm only going to do balance stops. I'm not going to take the risk at this point by pushing for anything more. Hopefully Gomez will be able to leapfrog a few of the cars in front of him when they make their stops. Let's see how fast Lara's pit stop will be. In she comes. Can we get a jump on... Oh, we've gained a place already. Gained a few places already, actually, overtaking the other cars. Fuel's going in. Did well on the fuel. Long pit stop. 11 seconds, a second slower than Gomez, but we're out. And we've actually gained a few places. And Gomez is coming through and then takes up position behind Lara. He's not overtaken her. I've not given him any team instructions or team orders to do that. He's just filed him behind her. Maybe he already realises she's the better driver. Although he is pushing now, maybe it's taking a little bit of time to... Oh, he's lost out there. He lost out there, getting right up under the rear wing of Lara. He's had to back off, and now he's been mugged for 14th place. That was a bit of a Force India sort of repeat from Sunday's Canadian Grand Prix, where Perez was holding up Ocon and basically allowed Vettel to come in and steal the positions. There's Lara obviously on her outlap, not up to pace yet, tyres not up to temp, and basically she kind of got in Gomez's way there. I probably should have given him the instruction to her to let him past. She would have caught him up later on once she was up to speed and up to temp and passed him anyway, because she's on the faster tyres. And poor old Gomez is all the way down to 17th now. We need to get Gomez back into the sponsors' points. It's not gonna rain. The forecast is looking good. I can't use any weather to try and adjust my positions on track. It's all got to be done racing. And maybe putting Gomez on the medium tyres was a mistake, because his pace is... There's too many people running softs around him. Although he's now jumped into 16th. Lara's moved up to 11th. There's a retiree, so that's another position we've managed to gain. That's not bad. Again, if a couple more cars retired, I'd be a little bit more comfortable. I'd be a lot more comfortable. We're going to be making pit stops soon again. Oh, are we? We're thinking about it. We're thinking about it. Oh, another retiree. And one of the front runners. That's even better. When one of the top cars retires, that's great. That's fantastic for us. Because A, it means they don't take any further lead in the championship. And B, it guarantees we're going to finish higher up the grid and earn more points from the race. Even if we were to retire now, ourselves, we would actually earn more points than them. Right. Gomez we're going to put back onto the softs. His stint on the mediums didn't really work. Part condition. Oh, we're going to have to fix the engine. We're going to have to fix the engine. We're not going to take a risk. We can't really take a risk, you know. At the end of the day, 16th is on the cards for Gomez. And the minute he's running 9th, so... Sponsor's objective. Hitting my sponsor's objective, keeping the cash coming in is important. I need that cash flow, that income, to be able to fund my part research and my part improvement program. Not about being a hero and trying to go for victories and podiums, and someone's blown up. That was alright, that was the guy that we already know about. Gomez comes in then for his I'm going to put Lara another fresh set of boots on. Give her a bit of fuel. Oh, her engine too. Okay. I'm actually going to risk her. I'm probably going to risk her. She's a little bit of a better driver. I'll bet she could probably nurse the car home, I would say. She's a bit smoother and a bit more consistent behind the wheel than Gomez. Maybe she's a bit easier on the car. Oh no, it's flashing red. Her car is flashing. This is where I'm just going to completely contradict what I just said about not taking a risk. Because I'm not going to pit her for the important repairs to the engine. This is where it's going to come back and bite me hard. Oh, she's been overtaken. In she comes. Fuel's gone in. Tyres have gone on. Yep, another good stop. Again, nice balanced pit stop. We're not taking any risks with the pit stops. And the engine is sounding unhealthy to me. GP2 engine! GP2 engine! Fernando Alonso would be shouting on the radio right now. And I bet she's probably shouting the same. There's only 3 laps to go, so surely the engine will last. The engine will last, although I am pushing it quite hard. In fact, I'm absolutely thrashing the hell out of it. Oh, this is going to be a horror. This is going to be a nightmare. Are we going to do it? Gomez is out of the top 16, so at this moment, if Lara retires because of engine failure, we're not on course to meet our objective. Oh, another car's retired. That will do it then. In fact, there's several cars retired. And, oh no! Lara's engine has gone. Lara's engine has done a Honda and given up the ghost. No. Although she's retired into 16th position. That was unlucky. No, she hasn't. She's retired into 18th position for somehow Tang and the other fella finished ahead of her. Oh dear. My gamble didn't pay off. I should have fixed that engine. If I'd fixed that engine, we would have had a good haul of points from that race. As it was, we let Lara down. I've let her down badly there by not fixing the car. Oh no. Sorry, Lara. Gomez, though, 14th place. At least he picks up the check for us. The sponsor's check. But I was stupid there. I should have fixed that engine in that last stop. I can't take gambles on reliability on key parts like that. Absolutely not. Oh dear. Well, Faith Anthony and Enrique Lara are propping up the Drivers' Championship standings. Gomez is nicely sitting in 13th. Team-wise, we are bottom of the table. Again, because of my stupid decision to take the chance. Well, you know, you live by the sword, you die by it sometimes, and I definitely died by it there. I'm going to have to learn from that experience. Don't gamble on reliability. If a part needs fixing, fix it. 2 cars finishing high in the points would have been better than only having 1 car finish in the points, high in the points. So yeah, lesson learned. We can move on now then to the next video. The next part. Let's get on to the important stuff now then. Actually trying to develop parts and improve the car. We've got a bit of time now before the next race, I think. Got to use that time wisely. Let's see how our driver's improved. Yeah, look, stats increases for Lara. Nothing for Gomez. Faith Anthony's obviously got very demoralised because she's reserve driver. We only made 29 grand. But it was a profit. We didn't lose money that race weekend, which is good. Keeping our cash flow positive. I know we've got a little bit in the bank. We've got a bit of a good buffer because of the sponsors that we took at the start of the season. You know, the chairman's payment to us at the start of the season. But that money's got to last us. And like I say, I am going to have to invest heavily in parts. Okay, they're going to want an interview. Did well in the race. Were you happy with that performance? Yeah. He could do better. I can't be negative on her, unfortunately, because the car let her down. Running out of fuel on the last lap. No, she didn't run out of fuel. Her engine blew up. Fake news. Fake news. No, they keep asking me about other drivers, and I don't want to comment on other drivers. I feel that would have negative morale impact on my own drivers. So the car repair is completed. Great. We've still got a lot of reliability work to do. I need to make some more brakes. Let's do the brake. We're going to improve the brakes. We need to improve an engine. We need to improve gearbox. We're going to improve the suspension and the rear wing. Even though I'm going to make new ones down the line, I need to be improving these anyway. Because I'm going to have to run them until I've improved the parts that, the new parts that I've built. There's not a lot of performance to be gained on the gearbox if I put that in the performance area. It's only got a maximum capability of 72. I mean, that's still significantly higher than the 16 and 14 I've got available to me now. Yeah, I've changed my mind. It makes more sense to work on my engine reliability after that last race. Suspension, I'm not really that fussed about. That's not going to make or break a race as badly as an engine. Brakes build is finished, so we've got both sets of brakes now available. Are we going to make another set? What are we doing? We're going to make another set, I think. I can't use any of those parts, unfortunately, because they're locked out, because I don't have the brakes facility. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I can probably put another part on there, can't I? No. Epic. So the next level I get to produce an additional part at no extra cost. Now we're starting to get into my designer's perk. The reason that I hired him. From the next brake parts I develop, he's going to be saving me a lot of money because I'm only going to have to develop one set of brakes and I'm going to get two. So both cars are going to get the same exact setup. I just need to do that then with all the other parts as well. The engines, the gearbox, the brakes, the suspension. it's really important to spend time fine-tuning this sort of stuff, because ultimately that's what's going to get us where we need to be. But for now, I'm going to leave this episode here. Be sure to join me again in the next episode of the series. Thank you all for watching. Remember, hit that like button, leave your comments, remember to subscribe. You're a great audience. I'll see you all again very soon.